Hi there, Jen Roque here from StampCampWithJen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. If you're new here, I go live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd love for you to join us. Invite your crafty friends to join us as well. We'd love to have you each week, okay? If you can't watch me live, that's not a problem. You can always watch the replay on my Facebook channel here, or join whenever you can, or you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel and my blog. So today I'm all festive and ready for October. I pulled out all my Halloween decorations yesterday and realized I really don't have as many as I thought I did. So I'm gonna have to do a little shopping. Bummer. That's always so terrible, right? So I hope you guys had a great weekend. What were you up to over the weekend? As you join, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I love hearing where people join us from. It seems like we have a lot of crafters from all over the place. It's funny because even though I'm in Florida, because I'm in a retirement community area, there are a lot of people, from all over the place. But it seems like Michigan is a big one, which is funny because my whole family is from Michigan, pretty much. So it's interesting to see. It's like Michigan, New York, a couple other places, but Michigan is a big one. Hi, Jeanne from Oregon. Thank you for spelling that out for me. I never know how to say your name. Hi, Sue. Hi, Diane. North Dakota. Oh my goodness. Have you guys gotten snow yet? It's probably too early, isn't it? I'm always curious, like how early people get snow. We moved down here from Maryland and we never got snow. You would think like we would get snow around Christmas time. No, we used to get it like in February or March at the earliest. Oh, your husband's family's from Michigan too. Oh, thanks so much for sharing my video, Kay. I really appreciate it. So as usual, there's lots of exciting things going on with me and with Stampin' Up. So I have a lot of fun news to share. And then we have a really fun card technique that I think you guys will really like. Now, if you don't have the products that I show, I'm sure you have something that you'll be able to easily substitute, or you may want to purchase what I show because you like the project. It's too early, but you have had it this time of year. My parents actually, because they lived in Maryland too for a little while, one year they had snow on Halloween, which was very, very unusual. I thought that was so crazy to be going trick-or-treating in snow. But it has happened. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally. So, but yeah, like I said, the technique that we do today, you can easily substitute with what you have on hand, I'm sure. Or if you like the products that I present, you can always purchase them as well. But this technique is a really cool one. I've done it in the past, like a couple years ago with other products. It's just really fun way to make multiple cards at one time. And that's all I'm going to say for now until I show you guys what we get into. But let me go ahead and flip my camera around and we'll do some news updates and then we'll get into today's project. So let's see. There we go. So now you can look at my grid paper here. And I'll be quick with this. I know people don't want to listen to me drone on and on about things, but they're pretty exciting things that are coming up. So I want to make sure that we cover them. So as I've mentioned over the last few weeks, I recently established a digital rewards card. So those of you that are new, I offer a rewards program where when you shop with me, every $25 before shipping and tax, you earn a stamp. Once you earn 20 stamps, you can get a free $50 shopping spree with me. When you download this digital rewards card, I will update the stamps as you place orders, so you don't have to track anything. It's really, really easy. You save it to the wallet app in your phone, whether you have an Apple or an Android phone. They both have some sort of wallet app that you save it to. And then you just look at your phone anytime you're curious how close you are to getting that free $50 shopping spree. The stamps don't expire either. So if it takes you, a couple of years to earn it, no problem. They don't expire. So you can take as long as you want to earn those rewards. So that's something. If you go to stampcampwithjen.com, you'll see my rewards program off to the right-hand side. If you're looking at it from your desktop, you just click on that and all this information is right there for you, okay? All right, and then today is the last day of Stampin' Storage's fall sale. I am an affiliate with Stampin' Storage, so those of you that received my newsletter, I have little affiliate links in my newsletter. You just click on those and I'll get the credit for the sale. It's at no extra cost to you, but you can get 15% off store-wide. And then if your order is over $150, you automatically get free shipping. They released a Craft and Go Mini. It looks like a little luggage case that you can take all your crafting supplies in. That is not included in the sale. That's the only thing. But today is the last day, if you're watching live, to take advantage of that sale. Now, starting tomorrow, Stampin' Up! Has a new offer if you'd like to join and become a demonstrator. I'm always looking for new team members to join my ever-growing team of fabulous demonstrators. We have lots of fun and we'd love it if you'd join us. So starting tomorrow through the end of the month, Stampin' Up! Is celebrating their 35 years by offering a special promotion when you join. So you can either choose to take 35% off of the cost of your starter kit, or you can add 35% more products onto your starter kit. So that's a pretty cool deal. And just to give you a sneak peek, there will be more details going out tomorrow on my website about this, but just to give you a sneak peek of the different options, the savings breakdown. So you get your starter kit savings. I've put those there for each option. And option 1 is that 35% off, and option 2 is the 35% more. So you'll get that starter kit savings with each one. And then everybody that joins during this time will get an exclusive, or will be automatically added to Onstage at Home. So Onstage at Home is an exclusive demonstrator-only event that Stampin' Up! Offers. It normally costs demonstrators $77 to register if they want to participate in this, and you are being added for free to participate. So that's a really big savings as well. You get free shipping on your starter kit, and you also get free business supplies. So all that is broken down, and again, that'll be on my website when the details go out tomorrow too, but that is a really, really good savings. So if you're thinking about it, or if you just want to give it a try and get some free product, it's a great time to do that. And it's no obligation. So if you decide later that you don't want to do it, you can always quit and you get a bunch of free product or a good discount on a little bit less product. So either way, it's a good deal. This Saturday is World Card Making Day, one of the best days of the year for crafters. So Stampin' Up! Is hosting their annual World Card Making Day event. It's a free event that they offer to everybody, customers and demonstrators. All you have to do is head over to the Stampin' Up! Website on Saturday. It's between 2 and 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So those of us that are in Eastern Time, it would be 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, if you can't make it live, everybody's busy on the weekends usually. You may have something going on. You will be able to go back through the end of October, through October 31st. It's going to be recorded, and you'll be able to go back and watch it anytime after that. So if you want to go ahead and register for this event, that's a good idea. All that does is you submit your email address to Stampin' Up!, and whenever there's updates for the event, you'll get an email from Stampin' Up! So it's a good idea to register so that you can get those updates. And then this Saturday is also the last day to register for my first ever virtual spooky bingo. So I will be hosting a virtual bingo event on my YouTube channel on Saturday, October 14th. The cost is $40 if you'd like to join us. We're going to have 3 rounds of bingo. I will send you 3 card kits, a surprise gift, and shipping is included in that price, okay? So Saturday is the last day to contact me to sign up and pay for that, okay? I'm really trying to get more people in. I don't have a lot of people in it right now. I'd really like to get some more if you guys would like to join me. I will say you do have to be present to play the bingo game so that you can win the prizes, but I don't mail anything out to you until after the event. So you don't have to stress about trying to make the card kits with me live. You'll just sit back and watch as I make the card kits. You will play bingo. I will send you 5 numbers after you've paid for your bingo fee. I will send you 5 numbers, and then I'll call numbers 1 through 25 randomly. And once you get each number, you'll say B or BI if you have 2 numbers, BIN if I call a third number of those 5. And once you get to bingo, you'll win whatever the prize is. And then I will also do prize patrol, so you'll have a separate number for that. I'll randomly pick out a little ticket or a number, and you'll just get a prize, basically. So bingo first or the card making. It alternates, Jeanne. I keep wanting to call you Jean, I'm sorry. It alternates. So we'll do a card and then bingo, and then a card and then bingo. It'll go back and forth. Okay, that's a good question. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to share is this is something new I started doing, and it's been a lot of fun so far. So I am sending Happy Mail to people that are my customers. If you place any size order with me during the month, I will send you a card kit. It's a surprise card kit. You won't know what's inside, but I will send you a surprise card kit at the end of the month for you to stamp along with me during my monthly customer appreciation event. So I make up a card kit and I send it to you in the mail with all the instructions as far as maybe a recommended ink color or a sentiment size that you want to use to stamp. You can use whatever you have on hand to stamp, and we'll put a card project together, and then I also do a giveaway at the end of it. It's a lot of fun. So if that's something you're interested in, like I said, place any size order with me, and at the end of the month, I will send you a card kit in the mail. It's a lot of fun. Everybody's been really enjoying it. I've got a lot of really good feedback from that so far. So I'm going to keep that going because I think that's really fun, creative way for you guys to see some products that maybe you don't already have and you get to play with it. So, all right. So let's get into today's project. All right. So we are making 2 cards today. This is called a split front card technique. So basically you take kind of a bigger piece of basic white cardstock, and we are going to put an image. Normally you'd stamp it, but I'm going to use the beautiful Abundant Beauty masks, these decorative masks. We're going to use these today because I have been obsessed with these lately. We made, do I still have that card? I don't think I have it next to me. We made a card last week using one of the masks at my stamp camp classes, and I made it a couple weeks ago on my Facebook page, and people went nuts for it. So let me show you these little masks that are in here so you can see all the different patterns. So this is the one we used last week with all the different leaves. That was a really fun one. And then I'm going to do something with this next, I think, the snowflakes. We're getting into kind of Christmas projects, so I'm going to come up with one with this one next. And then this is like a herringbone or houndstooth pattern. Houndstooth, I think is right. And then the one we're using today, I've been wanting to play with these. So these are really cool. Let me see if I can show you. These are actually numbered, so you know the order to use them in. Can you guys see that up there? I'm trying to see. Yep. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to show you how to use these really easily and make this beautiful technique shine. So this is really cool. So sunflowers can really be any color, right? They don't have to be yellow. That's traditional. But I just went on Google today and Googled fall sunflowers, and I found some that were like a purple color, and I thought, perfect, because I've been using this Berry Burst like crazy. I've used a whole pack of Berry Burst cardstock in the last couple weeks. I had to order more. I am like obsessed with it. It's my favorite color right now. So, oh, I did want to mention too, these masks, they have been very popular, and they are currently on back order, but they are expected to be back in stock next week sometime. Okay, if not sooner. But that, I looked it up today, and the estimated in stock date is sometime next week. So if you like this and you're thinking about ordering them, or you've seen a bunch of other beautiful cards and you want to order them, just keep them on your wish list and start checking the website maybe this Friday or early next week and see if they're back in stock. So, all right, so what we're gonna do, oh, and let me mention too, so the sentiments I got from the Heartfelt Hexagon, the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. This is not in any catalog. This is in the online exclusives if you're looking for it. So just type in Heartfelt Hexagon in the little search bar and you'll be able to find it. But I thought this was a good one to use. I hope your day is filled with joy. You could use it for birthday or just letting somebody know you're thinking about them. And then we always need a sympathy card, right? So I decided to use the sympathy with that too. But there's lots of cute little sentiments that go with that. So, all right. So this piece of basic white is 5 by 7.5. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna mark it with a little pencil mark at 3 3/4, because that's the halfway mark between 7.5, okay? Between 0 and 7.5. So 3 3/4 there. That's our little pencil mark. Just teeny tiny, you don't need anything crazy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I have this, it's not super sticky, just some mint green tape. You can use Post-it note tape, whatever. But since we're not gonna be blending all the way to the sides, I'm gonna use this tape to kind of hold my paper in place, okay? Then we're gonna take mask number 1, which is the sunflower image. And I wanna put that as close to the center as I can, just eyeball it, doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm gonna make it so this flower is not quite at the top, but pretty close to the top up here. And then to hold my mask in place, I'm gonna grab some more of this tape and I am going to tape the bottom of my mask, okay? Just to kind of hold it in place loosely. Now, a trick that I saw somebody else do, and I thought it was genius, they have this little divot up here. Take your pencil and kind of mark where that mask is so you can line the other ones up with it. And that will help you when you go to do your different layers, okay? So we're gonna start with a good old Daffodil Delight. That's gonna be our first one. Now, I do have, let me show you real quick. I have large and small blending brushes. These are very easy to clean. Once you're done, all you have to do is clean these under cold water, and I just use my thumb to rub the bristles until the water runs clear. I let them dry overnight. The next morning they'll be a little tough, but all you do is you just rub your thumb along those bristles to loosen them up, and they're like practically new. The color may stain a little bit, but as long as that water runs clear when you clean them off in the sink, you'll be fine. So I have the larger brushes for stuff that's not as finely detailed, and then I used the small brushes for the blending we're doing that's a little more detailed. So I have a little yellow one here that I am using with my Daffodil Delight. Now, if you've never done blending before, all you have to do is you just take your brush, you kind of rub it in a circular motion onto the stamp pad, and then you rub onto your surface wherever you're going. So I'm gonna do just the outside edges of the sunflowers, and I'm gonna rub probably about halfway down. Oops, and my mask is moving a lot because the tape's not down. There we go. So we're just gonna go about halfway down on those leaves and just keep blending as best you can. Now, when you get to like the big and the small sunflower, you can kind of do both at the same time, just going halfway down on the petals of both flowers and kind of do double duty there a little bit. And I'm sorry, my stand for my phone is going to get really shaky. I'm trying not to shake it as much as possible, but my stand is attached to my table and my table's wobbling around a lot while I do this. So I'm sorry if you get a little dizzy while we do this. I'm trying not to shake it as much as possible here. And then you just keep re-inking as you need to here. All right, I'll get the last little one. And to clean these masks, it's really easy actually, because they're just plastic masks. So all you have to do is just rub them under water and the ink just slides right off. And then I usually just stick a dry paper towel down. I put the masks over the top and I blot with another paper towel to get all of the water off of it. So you can kind of lift it up and you can see it looks really nice. So we're gonna remove that one. We're gonna close our Daffodil Delight here. We're done with that. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. And I'm definitely gonna do that for the next one. I'll show you real quick. So we're gonna take our tape off of this layer and we're gonna go to layer number 2. Or wait, no, I forgot to do the centers. I'm sorry, don't take it off yet. I'm gonna line this back up. I forgot to do the centers. Luckily, I can just line that up. One thing I forgot to mention, and I'm definitely gonna do this now. So you'll notice in this sample earlier that I have, I accidentally got some of the ink outside of the masks. So to avoid that, I'm just gonna take some, I have some printer paper and I'm gonna lift that up and cover my exposed area on the edges just so I don't accidentally go crazy with the masks and get on the edge parts there. So, all right, so now to get our berry centers, those little purple centers, we're gonna use that berry burst. And again, we're just gonna kind of rub in a circular motion to ink up that brush. Now for the centers, we're just gonna kind of stick over our sunflower centers on the mask and just go in a circular motion around that center. And that's how we get that blending in the middle there. You just gotta be a little more careful with the small ones, but it's okay. It's not gonna make that big of a deal. It'll all blend pretty nicely together. And we can always lift the mask to see how it looks. Looks pretty good. So we're gonna take this one off. Now we're done with the sunflower layer. I always forget about that. And you could, like I said, you could always just do it all in yellow. That's pretty too. I just kind of wanted to show you a different way to get like a two-tone flower if you wanted to try to do that. Okay, so now number 2 is our leaves. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna use that pencil mark up here and try to line that up. And I'm gonna use my tape and stick my mask down on my paper here. Like I said, we're gonna make sure we have that copy paper or printer paper underneath the edges so we don't accidentally get crazy with our blending brush. Now, because this isn't as fine and I'm just doing one color in the leaves, I'm using the larger blending brush. And we're just gonna take that and use Garden Green and just go over that leaf with the green. And now the spots where the flowers are, that's covered up by the plastic of this mask. So you can blend as much as you need to, and it's not going to get on those other flowers that we just did, which is really nice. And I'm sorry this is shaking so much. I'm really trying not to shake it. Hopefully it's not too bad. right. You just, oops, just keep adding it as the color as much as you need to. That one moved a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so that looks really nice. So we're done with the green. Now we're gonna take this mask off. I'm gonna use my tape and we're gonna go to number 3, which is just those big centers there. So I'm gonna tape that down. And now for this one, I'm gonna use a light brown. I'm gonna use crumb cake. And I'm also using the bigger blending brush because we're just doing a big circle basically. And I'm gonna get that crumb cake down. It's very light. My pad's about dry too. I need to re-ink it. So it's not gonna be super dark. We just want a little bit of that light brown color right there. Okay. Now, you can see it's really coming together even more. And then we're gonna take that off, and our last layer is the little centers for the sunflowers. So we just kind of wanna line that up as best we can here. Now for this one, I don't really worry about lining it up with my little pencil mark. I'm really more worried about lining it up in the centers and it'll be fine. So don't worry as much about lining up that groove. Just kind of center it in those circles as best you can. So I'm using Pecan Pie now and my small blending brush because this is a little finer. And we're just gonna go in with that darker brown, that Pecan Pie. Again, this is another one of my favorite colors right now. I've been using this one a lot. I really like this color. It's a nice brown. It's got a rich color to it. You just kind of go in circles, get that dark color. So this contrast is gonna be really nice. Look at that. Look how that pops. It's so pretty. Oh. Love it. All right. So now we can take our little, see, if I wouldn't have put that down, I would have gotten that green on my paper here and I would have been so annoyed. So now we're gonna take this tape off. And let me get my brushes out of the way so I don't accidentally get ink all over my project. Don't you guys hate that when you work really hard on a project and you don't realize you have ink or something on your fingers and then you go to pick it up and you smudge it or just completely ruin it? It gets so frustrating. All right, so now we're gonna bring in our paper trimmer and we're gonna take that pencil mark and we're gonna line it up in our track here. See if you can see that. And I'm just gonna cut this in half. So now I've essentially created 2 card fronts at once. Isn't that cool? I really like this. I think it's so cool. So now I'm using With Sincere Sympathy on this side, and we're using Garden Green ink for that one. Okay. I'm gonna stamp off just to make sure I don't have any. Sometimes I get little fuzzies or something on there and then it looks weird when I go to stamp. With Sincere Sympathy. And then the other one I'm gonna use Berry Burst for my words. And again, these are both from that Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. I love that one. So this one, again, I'm gonna stamp off first. Excuse me. We're just gonna put that right in the top up there. Very nice. If I do say so myself. I remember when Ethan, my son, he was learning that phrase, he would say it all the time. And we're like, I don't think you're using that the right way. You're not using that how it's supposed to be used. He would say it for anything and everything, and it just didn't make sense half the time. All right, so now we're gonna take our garden green. I have little garden green layers here, and we're just gonna put our image, our card front, right over the top of it. It's just a small layer behind it just to give it a little pop of color. And all of these measurements will be on the blog post that goes out. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to receive my blog post straight to your inbox. That way, whenever there's a new blog post on my website, you'll get it right in your email first thing in the morning. They usually go out around 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my newsletter, also, you get lots of information in those weekly newsletters. I send them out every Friday morning. Let's see, what time do those go out? I think 5:30 as well. So, all right. And then this is Berry Burst. Again, my favorite color right now. I was thinking about getting this on my nails next. So we had one of the girls at Stamp Camp had a color. Her nails were about the same color as I love it. I think it's so pretty. All right. So I'm gonna put those on the front, and I'm using Stamp and Seal Plus, but you use whatever adhesive you like. I live in a very humid climate, so having that extra strong adhesive is really good to make sure that your projects don't come apart in the humidity. So I like to use Stamp and Seal Plus because it's got a little stronger grip to it. Okay, there, and then I gotta put my card liners in. I always forget to put my card liners in. I like to do this. So I don't know about you guys, but I keep like a little container of these all cut up and ready to go. It's just a 4" by 5 1/4" piece of basic white. I cut a bunch of them at one time, and then I just keep them like in a little container in a drawer. So I have them ready to go whenever I make a bunch of cards. And it's one less thing you have to cut up. I know some people cut card bases and have them ready to go, but I never know what color I'm going to use. So I always just wait on that. All right, so there's our card front. Now, this is totally optional. I only did it for the sympathy one, but I am gonna take some of these beautiful brushed brass butterflies. I have to say that slowly because it's like a tongue twister. But for the sympathy card, I thought it was really nice to put a couple of these butterflies. There's a large and a small size, so I'm gonna take a large one here. And I'm gonna put one, where did I put it? Let's see, I'll reference my other card here. Oh yeah, I put the big one at the top there, and then I took a smaller one. I kind of put it where this little space is. Just like that. And that's it. You could do it on both of them. I just thought it was a nice little touch with the sympathy one. I have a friend, she always said whenever somebody would pass away, she would always see a butterfly like within a day or two. And so to her, that was always like the person like coming to greet her after they had passed. And I just think it's so pretty. So now I think about that every time I see a butterfly. All right, guys, so what do you think about this technique? Are you going to give it a try? All you need really is, you could do this with masking, or if you have a big stamp, like I did it one time with a really big, I think it was Beautiful Blossoms or something blossom. It was a big flower, and I just stamped the flower. I also had those old sunflower stamps. I've done it like that before, where you do a couple different images, but you just need either a big stamped image or a couple of big and small images to stamp in that center, and then you just cut it down the middle, and you can easily make a bunch of these at one time and have cards ready to go. So if you give it a try, I hope you'll let me know. Maybe share your project on my Facebook page. I would love to see it. Yeah, but this is a cool technique, and I hope you'll give it a try. Remember, if you want those Abundant Beauty masks, they are on back order, but they're expected to be back in stock next week. So keep an eye out for that. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope, if you decide to participate, that you have a wonderful, wonderful time on Saturday during World Card Making Day. Don't miss it. If you have to miss it, don't forget to watch the replay afterwards. You have until the end of the month to watch that. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you really enjoyed today's projects. If you did, give me a thumbs up or a heart and let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to share my video as well, okay? All right, guys. Well, have a super duper great week and I will see you again next week, okay? Bye. Happy stamping.